Hey, Maria back with another video. It's 2:24, December 24th. It's Tuesday afternoon and the day before Christmas. I was going to say, Christmas Eve, but it's not really nighttime, so it's not evening. So it's not Christmas Eve yet, but kind of close to it. But anyway, the day before Christmas, so, people are running around getting their last minute shopping done and making a little preparations and whatnot. I'm not really doing any of that, but I guess I'm not really in the Christmas spirit. I mean, I haven't really been in a very long time. Um, you know, every once in a while, I might make an effort, but I haven't put a tree up in many years. I mean, I just, it's like another day to me, basically. I do enjoy seeing other people's decorations, though, and so, I got home and I just settled in and I was thinking about, how we go through this cycle each year. Every year it's like, it gets close to Christmas. I'm like, every year I have this little discussion that goes on up in my brain, like, okay, this year I'm going to care about Christmas. I'm going to do something, and then it gets closer. I'm like, oh, so what, And then it gets closer to Christmas and I'm like, then I think maybe I should make an effort. And then it just kind of just disappears. It's not, I mean, I'm funny about Christmas. It's like I can take it or leave it, really. I do miss the decorations, and what do I miss about Christmas? The music. I miss the Christmas music. So, I mean, I can listen to that anytime, which I might listen to some of that tonight. But I miss that. Really, I mean, after you get to a certain age, it's really not as special as it was when you were a kid, So it's really not really that big of a deal. Not really. I guess there's the sentimental part, and even though, I had mentioned that, I'm disowned my family, I still have good memories of Christmas. And most of them were me just by the Christmas tree opening up presents or, that thrill of, like, the Christmas season. Because I remember, watching all the little Christmas specials and how excited it made me, because I really thought Santa Claus was coming and I'd get all excited about the whole thing. But there were certain, Christmas specials that I really enjoyed watching, and it made things so exciting. Like, I looked forward to Christmas, and I remember, like, the arts and craft, assignments that we'd get in school, and they were always, like, making little wreaths or something, and I don't know, it was a beautiful time. It's like I felt, not just Christmas, but I felt like, the change of season all the time. It was like, if it wasn't Christmas, we're doing New Year's, and then we got Valentine's Day, and then Easter, and so on. And then, it was always this big deal, and it was always expressed somehow in color. Like, it was, like, I remember my mom used to put bows in my hair, like we had a Christmas party or something, she would do my hair, like, in two ponytails or two braids, and then she'd put, like, Christmas colors or whatever. So part of me is still like that, I still like that. But the saddest part about it, when you get to a certain age, you really don't notice the change of seasons as much, because it's the same shit every goddamn day, It's like, don't get me wrong, I mean, but it's pretty much the same shit all the time. But when you're young, it's like, and if you're somebody who's really aware of things that are going around you, you have this appreciation for it, and it's beautiful, and it feels so, I don't know. I constantly think to myself every day, like, how the world seemed to me as when I was, like, younger, and how it seems to me now. It's very dull. Like, when I was younger, it was like in Technicolor. Everything was great. Everything was exciting, intense even. And now I'm just like, so very boring. So I try, I do make an effort sometimes to try to, like, rekindle that old interest and spark that I had of, like, the sentimental memories, and hope that I can somehow bring that back into my life as much as I can. And then, that's one of the reasons why I do like clothes to a certain degree, because, you get your beanies and your scarves and stuff, and, it does bring back memories. It's very therapeutic for me. Clothes are therapeutic for me, as well as colorful, but my world is expressed through color to a certain degree. So that doesn't make me artistic. It has just, we talked about it before. You don't want to hear it anymore. And I don't, I'm tired of talking about it because we all know that Maria is not as artistic as people would like her to paint her out to be. But I do enjoy colorful things. And I do like to get into that side of me that has, what do you call it, like a childlike spirit. That is not childish, and I mentioned this before. I know my family who's bitching about me like a Hello Kitty and all this other stuff and thinking something was wrong with Maria up here, but there's nothing wrong with me up there. Okay, but I do like the cute stuff. I do like doll houses and stuff like that, and I wish I had more classic toys. I have a few out in my garage, nothing major. I don't even think it's anything valuable, but they have significance to me because I'm interested in the little, the way they work. I'm fascinated with them. Also, I like the colors back then, and, old Fisher Price toys were great, classics. I find them fascinating, and I wish I had more of that stuff. You know what I mean? I wish I did, But those are the things I enjoy. I have a young heart, okay? I have a very young heart. That doesn't mean that I can be bulldozed over. Like, I don't want people taking advantage of me because of that. Because don't confuse somebody who enjoys the pleasures of life from a time period, okay? Don't get that mixed up. That somebody who takes pleasure and enjoys those things is immature or unable to function or makes bad decisions. Some people have hobbies. And like I said, if you go on Pinterest, there's people who have all kinds of interests in, doll houses, doll making. As a matter of fact, I have a doll here at my house that I would like to learn how to reroute the hair. And it's my own entertainment. It's cute, I like cute stuff. I don't want to apologize for liking cute stuff, but we're at the Christmas season, so we're talking about things that are dear to my heart, and those are things that are dear to my heart. I do remember getting some really cute dolls when I was younger. My very first African American baby doll, I do remember, because before then, black dolls were hard to get. They were very hard to get. They were like, they were very. I think back then my mom mostly shopped out of like the Sears, Montgomery Ward, JCPenney catalog. I mean, they did go grocery shopping and they did go to, like, what do you call it, department stores like that. But mostly my mother was like, she didn't really leave the house much. So she was like into these catalogs. And, she would get her planning ready, and she would pick out the things that she'd be playing Santa, right? And she'd be picking out things that we'd want. And oftentimes she'd want to buy the black doll, but oftentimes they were out of stock. So oftentimes I got, white dolls, okay? I never felt like they were mine. I always felt like I was kind of babysitting them, but I loved them anyway. But I remember in third grade, somehow or another, she got lucky, and she got this doll for me. It was called Baby Tasha. And Baby Tasha had like this red dress on and blue flowers, and the dress, it wasn't meant to have the 3D effect on it. It wasn't meant to, but it did, okay? Just because of the fact that this particular pattern was against a certain color, it created like an eye teaser. And her dress would kind of, the little flowers like move and everything. It looked trippy, really, it did, but that was not the intention. It was just the way that it was. Anyway, she was very cute, and I just loved that little doll. And I even had like a crib and stuff like that for a while, okay, until like I think my brother or maybe one of the boys in the neighborhood broke it. But whatever the case is, I remember that. I remember certain toys that I got for Christmas, and that was one that stood out in my mind. Of course, everybody knows the story of Bogart the Basset Hound, because I tell that story to everyone, whether they want to hear it or not. Okay, I still got Bogart. Okay, so yeah, Christmas when I was growing up was cool because I always had a crap load of toys. Oh, you know what I liked? That game Perfection. I loved that game. I loved putting little pieces in before it popped up and stuff. I want another version of that game. I want that game. I had like a little miniature version a few years ago. I think I got it at Borders Books. Borders Books. and I kept thinking I really should get the bigger one someday. I'm not gonna stop liking the shit that I like. Okay, just so I could, I think sometimes like you're, when I'm talking about my ex family or people that used to know me, they have an idea of what an adult is. You know what I mean? We know what adults are, okay? Adults have responsibilities, okay? Adults don't get to see and enjoy, kick back and enjoy the change of seasons and enjoy all the wonderful things that kids get to enjoy, okay? We're out there all the time, and pretty much our day is the same shit, whether it's spring, summer, winter, fall, or whatever, There's only 4 seasons, but you know what I mean? It's the same shit all the time. So, it's like you handle your shit. That's basically the way it is. You go to work, pay your bills. If you hopefully you learn how to deal with things in a diplomatic way. You don't start arguments. You try to live peacefully. You respect your neighbor and boundaries and stuff like that. And you know how to make wise decisions, to the best of your ability. That's really what being an adult is. And it's not just because somebody enjoys, dolls or cartoons or things like that doesn't mean that they're any less of an adult. It does mean they're probably different, and they should be able to find their own tribe. You know what I mean? It's like I've always dreamed of finding my own tribe. And, I've met some odd weirdos. What I mean odd people is that people who are open to different kinds of conversation. You know what I mean? People who are like, okay, can have conversation regardless of what I look like or whatever. They can see beyond that. And that's an enjoyable conversation. You can have enjoyable conversations with people like that, And so, but some people, like, they don't have any sense of flexibility. I think they think all women are supposed to be members of the PTA, and they're kind of just boring, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it, but, just not really somebody that I would want to talk to. I guess I would prefer to be around people who had more of a broader interest. And it's unfortunate because I'm sitting here in isolation, but it's kind of not because I want it to be that way. It's mainly because I've been kind of forced into it because of the intrusion, which I'm trying not to go too much into that right now. I mean, I'm trying to just kind of reflect mostly on Christmas, and try to get myself off of that subject matter as much as I can. Because every day it's a struggle with me because I know it takes up too much of my time and my mind space. And I'd like to talk about other things, push forward, I think there was a lot of misunderstandings, I would like to say, about who I am through the people that I used to know and everything. And there's a lot of assumptions, and these assumptions were wrong. And even if they were right, but they're not. But if they were right, I still have the right to. I still have the right to, buy Hello Kitty envelopes or, I don't know, watch YouTube videos that that show baby dolls, or I could sew or make my own clothes or whatever. I still have that. It has nothing to do with me being able to do my job. You know what I mean? That's what pisses me off so bad, is that, you get people who are making like nitpicky things and trying to destroy my life based on like things that are subjective and have nothing to do with that. So that kind of bothers me a little bit because, you can't change people. You can't make people who they're not. You know what I mean? But they have the right to have a life at their home. They have the right to pursue their own interest. They have the right to live their own lives, have their own opinion. They have the right to see God, the universe, however they want. You know what I mean? And when you start projecting your vision of what people should be, you're preventing them from living their lives to the fullest of what they're supposed to. So that's my biggest issue. Christmas this year, not much. I don't have much planned. I'm just I'm going to be making some food, and that's about it. No gift giving, no exchanges, nothing like that. I don't send out Christmas cards really anymore, because I don't talk to people anymore. Um, because obviously, I did something horrible. Like I appeared on Facebook and then I was this scandalous person that people must be jealous of. Okay, they must be jealous because they thought that I was like running around with a bunch of people. You know what I mean? And deep down inside, that expresses their desire to want those sort of things. So, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you guys permission to go out and be slothful, debaucherous people if that's what you want. Don't let it stop you. Go on and do it. That's what you really wanted to do. You thought I was doing that stuff. I wasn't. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. But since you want to, hey, by all means, go on and do that. I'm not going to judge you. I'm really not. You only live once. So if you want to make those things, you want to do those things, go right ahead and do them. Okay, but don't sit here and hate me because you think I'm doing those things and I'm not. I guess, I would have a better Christmas if I had not dealt with all of that. I would have had a better life in general had I not dealt with these people who didn't belong in my life. And I understand that. Because really, I would be more involved in the holidays if I did. Like, I would be sending out Christmas cards like I used to. And I probably would be doing more gift exchanges. I mean, I enjoy female company. I would have people over here. I would do stuff, okay? But I have these people that came into my life and wanted to wreck it. And so that's what they've done, And so, but now I understand, it's like I have to be very careful about who I associate with and certain people. I need to be careful because I want quality people. That's not quality, and quantity is not the issue. I don't care about the quantity because really, in reality, you only in this world, you're going to really only have like maybe one or two good friends. Probably one. In reality, because most people are garbage. We know this, okay? So it's like, you want to be careful about making, being careful about who you bring into your life. Not people who are going to sabotage you. They're not there to judge you. They're there because they want to enjoy your time. They enjoy your company. They enjoy your presence. They enjoy, exchanging information, in a civilized way. And that's what it is. That's what I've longed for, and there has been few people that I've met in the past, but it's been very hard to do that now because I'm, stuck in this isolation thing. And so, you wonder, okay, is the coast clear? I want to go out and do stuff, but then you're always thinking, well, am I going to be inviting more bullshit to my life? Because I don't want it. You know what I mean? It's like I realized, like, I was cutting so many people off, but it's like for my peace of mind, for all the pain these people cause me, it's worth it. It's worth it, So, off that subject, and on to Christmas. So Christmas is almost over. Like once New Year's, not New Year's, but Christmas Eve comes. Okay, like I always think 6:00, because 6:00 in the evening was pretty much the time that we would start opening our presents as we got older. Now, before, when we were children, it was like, well, we would have to wait because my parents were going to pretend to be Santa Claus, and then we were going to get up that morning and then open our presents. But once we all knew that there was no Santa and it was really all bullshit, and it was just our parents, and then it was like, okay, well, then you could open gifts after dinner or whatever. So, to me, after Christmas Eve, it was pretty much over. Of course, we had Christmas dinner the day after. Some people have Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. I'd be interested in hearing other people's Christmas traditions, because that was our Christmas tradition. It was like, it wasn't a whole lot, but I will say my parents did enjoy decorating the house, which I don't decorate my house like, for Christmas. I don't buy like trees and stuff like that, but I do like a lot of Christmas decorations. Like, I see some people out in their front yard and they got those snow globes and beautiful lighting and stuff like that. And I think, gosh, that's really pretty. I can see the time that it took, and really some of it boggles my mind, because it's like, that's pretty artistic, that's pretty clever, and I admire it. But I really haven't been out and about to look at Christmas lights. It's like I should get in my car and go take a look at them tonight. Or, or maybe I will actually go and walk around the neighborhood. Now, if I do walk around the neighborhood, I sure hope that that doesn't count against me. You know, like people are thinking, well, she went for a walk. I went for a walk, so I want to slow down and take a look at it, okay? And if I wanted to sit here and tone my body down, okay, if that was my intention, then I have the right to do that, okay? But my issue is actually I would really enjoy to see the Christmas lights if I get out of the house, period. Because Maria's becoming more of a hermit every day because there's not much to keep me active, you know? It's not healthy. It's not. I mean, it's not healthy to be like this. It just doesn't. So, you know, of course, my New Year's resolution is to get out of this fuck shit that my family put me in, ex-family. But it's a lot of mental work, a lot, you know. So, you know, I'm trying to do things to make me happier, you know. And so today I kept thinking, okay, can I do to make myself feel a little bit happier today, you know? Because I am concerned about my mental well-being because it's not good to be in the same mental state like 24 hours a day all the time, you know, or constantly fixated on this issue, you know, trying to fill in the blanks. What happened? You know, because what I will say, it is very much like, you know, having somebody bash you in the head while the whole thing is starting and everything is fragmented, and it really is a form of trauma because you didn't expect all of it. You didn't expect people to do this, especially people that you haven't seen in a long time or knew that you were a target or something. So it is like that. So I'm trying really hard to find other things to talk about and do other things. And it's not always easy because I don't know anything other than going to work and coming home. Seriously, I don't. Because that's been my life for the most, you know, the longest time. And I know I can't stay like this forever. I mean, I gotta do something different. I got to do something different. And it's hard. It's hard, you know, when you've experienced what I've experienced. But anyway, so I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I would like to know what your Christmas traditions are. You know, I know they'd vary. Like when you're younger, your traditions are different because you're thinking that Santa Claus is coming down the chimney and whatever. But once you find out that there is no fat man like slithering down the chimney, what did you do then? You know, it interests me because it's like, you know, some people are really have beautiful Christmas traditions. Like they make this huge dinner at Christmas Eve, you know, and even the children can drink wine, you know. I mean, some people have like really elaborate traditions, you know, which I think are kind of cool. You know, I would say ours wasn't quite that, you know, lavish or anything, but you know, people have their little rituals, their little, you know, things that they do that is, you know, that's exclusive to their family. So it's kind of interesting to know other people's little rituals and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and I will be back with another video sometime later. Take care. Bye-bye.